Hey guys, it's Sarah here. In this video, I'm going to be going over my first semester in NP school. Please subscribe below and like this video. Thank you. First, just a little recap about my nurse practitioner school and what I go to. So I go to an online nurse practitioner school. It's a family nurse practitioner school. It's a 2-year program, and the first year is classroom. The last year is clinical plus classroom. Obviously, the clinicals are in person because you gotta do in-person clinicals. Actually, a lot of schools are becoming online because when you're a nurse practitioner, they figure that you're working full-time as a nurse and you have a family and you don't have any extra time to go to school. You have to kind of do on your own schedule, your own time. So that's why I chose the online program. I have 2 kids and I work full time, and any extra time I would rather do it like when they're sleeping and not when they're up, and not have to travel an hour to get to class and use up that time that I could have been studying. And personally, when I was in a brick and mortar BSN program, the teachers just read off the PowerPoint. I could have done the same thing. I do the same thing now, so they really didn't help me much. So I really fine right now. I email my professor when I need, the same way I would ask in person. They have the same PowerPoints. Yeah. Okay, so how my nurse practitioner program works is that there are 8-week semesters. So every semester is 8 weeks. I just completed my first one, which is called Advanced Practice Nursing. What this is, in any advanced practice nurse position that you're going to have, so that includes nurse practitioner, nurse anesthetist, nurse midwife, and clinical nurse specialist, those all are considered advanced practice nurses. So in any field that you're going to go into, in any of those, you're going to need your core classes, and then you go more specified. Like if you do women's health, then you're going to have those classes. If you do pediatric, you're going to have those classes. So right now, the first classes that they usually give you are your core classes. So that class is called Advanced Practice Nursing. What this is that it's basically not even geared to nurse practitioners. It's just geared to all advanced practice nurses. It tells me all about the different roles of advanced practice nurses, all about clinical nurse specialists, all about nurse anesthetists, all about nurse midwife, what their job is, what the difference are, difference in pay even, difference in everything, how they were founded, like what the history is of it, what their scope of practice is, and everything like that. If they get reimbursed by Medicaid, if different states allow them to practice independently, all different stuff like that. So how the work works. The work happens like this. So there's weeks, and it's in an 8-week course, right? So every week has different assignments. Each week we have 2 discussion questions and a quiz. And then randomly, like 2 times in the whole 8-week course, we have 2 essays. So the discussion questions are like this. The teacher posts a discussion. Let's just say, should nurse practitioners practice independently? Why or why not? Like that. You have to back it up with references that have to be like a journal or something like that, something reputable, and always in APA format. So throughout your whole nurse practitioner school or anything you go, I'm doing family nurse practitioner, but throughout any nurse practitioner or any master level school, you need to do APA format. So you're gonna answer her back, usually like 2-3 paragraphs, and it's gonna answer the question. And you have to answer 2 other people. So say for example, I answer the question. Now let's say Emily answer the question also. Emily has to answer to me and 1 other person. And so there's, like I said, 2 discussion questions a week. So every week you're answering the 2 discussion questions and to 2 people. So that's 6 posts you're gonna do. It's gonna be around 3 paragraphs each post. You have to write references, and that's it. The quizzes go once a week. They're usually based on the readings that they're going to give you, so a few chapters every week. Those are a little harder, only because usually most people don't have time to do the readings, so it's just going to be hard because you're not going to be prepared. Unless you do have time, then good for you, but For me, I started out having time, and then when I did more days per week, it was harder, or my kids were off, it was harder. So what I did is I skimmed through the book, the chapters of the book, and I wrote down like the page number. So let's say we were talking about History of Nurse Anesthetist. I'll write down page 120, and then History of Nurse Practitioner is page 130. And then when it came to the quiz, I would go through it, and then I would just go back to the page. So let's say on the quiz it says like who founded Nurse Practitioner or something like that. So then I would go back to the page that said History of Nurse Practitioner and quickly skim it. Not the best way, but if you don't have time that week, you gotta do what you gotta do. So that's pretty much it. And then there'll be an essay in 1 week or an assignment. You know, those essays could be very long and boring. Assignments could be better because they could be like make a poster about starting your own practice, which is fun. Takes a little time, but it's fun, creative, and gets you thinking. So that's it. I find it very doable in nurse practitioner school, even though I have 2 kids and I'm working full time. I find it actually easier than nursing school so far, only because you could do it your own time, and you can't really get such bad marks because, like, if I'm doing a discussion post, how bad could you grade me if I did everything like the APA format good and I'm writing my own thought on it and I'm referencing people? So the one problem is that if you don't submit work on time. So that's a little bit of a problem. You can't wait till last minute because online, you know, your computer could stop, internet could shut down, anything could happen. So you never want to wait for last minute. I always do it at least the day before the deadline. And just so that in case it doesn't work, I go to a neighbor, go to the library, work it out. And the main thing is managing your time. If you have a calendar, don't miss deadlines because it's not going to be like you go to school and someone's going to tell you tomorrow it's due. You have to be on top of yourself. If you're not on top of yourself, then it's not going to work. But if you're on top of yourself and you have a calendar that says the dates, when everything's due and everything like that, then it's pretty doable. So far, it's so good. It's only my first semester. So maybe after a few, I'll say it differently. But right now, it's going good. It does use up a lot of my time. So my time I could have had to myself or my kids, it's just time consuming, but it's good because I could do it when my kids are asleep. One day I'm off, you know, I only work 3 days a week, so the day I'm off, I just like jam pack and do everything, and then other 2 days, you know, I already have stuff done, so I can just post it the other day and stuff like that. So yeah, all in all, if you have any questions, PM me, and please subscribe below. And that's it for now. Bye.